Guys, so for today we're gonna make a DIY all-natural soap bar, which is great for oily skins, combination skin, and mostly acne-prone skins. In this recipe, I'm using 85 grams of melt and pour soap base. Again, I'm using the oat milk and shea butter soap base. I'm using 15 grams of oil, and I'm using a combination of 3 different oils that I love the most, and it's great, and I think it's great for oily skin and mostly acne prone skins. I'm using a pinch of matcha powder because of the great properties it has, and also because it just gives my soap a nice minty sort of color. I don't know if it's very obvious in the picture. And lastly, I'm using the tea tree essential oil and the frankincense essential oil. I just love the blend of these two guys together. And honestly, they're just my dream team to fight acne. So enough with the talking, and let's just jump right into making our soap bars. Okay, I have previously weighed my 85 grams of soap base, and I'm just gonna put it aside. And then as you can see, I have 3 kind of like bottles of 3 different oils that I'm using, which is the sunflower oil, the jojoba oil, which is also a very light and great oil for face. And lastly, I'm gonna be using some grapeseed oil. So this is not in the conventional sort of bottles because I bought this from a wholesale store and I just bottled it myself. That's why the bottle is for youth to the people face wash. To give my soap bars a nice scent, I'm using a blend of 2 essential oils. The first one that I'm using is the tea tree oil, and as you know, tea tree oil is very popular choice for treating acne. And then I'm adding 5 drops of the frankincense essential oil, which is great for oily skins because it's known to remove the excess oil that the skin produces. And the last step is just to add a pinch of matcha powder. This is very optional. I like it because matcha is packed with antioxidants, and I just have a matcha obsession. So the first step is to melt and pour soap base in the microwave in 30 seconds intervals until you get a uniform liquidy texture like this one that I'm showing to you. Then it's time to add your the carrier oils that you want to add into your soap base. It's better to weigh the carrier oils separately in a separate bowl and then add them all together, but for some reason I was doing it the hard way, and I weighed them individually. So first I'm adding 5 grams of grapeseed oil. Grapeseed oil treats acne and breakouts, and it improves the skin moisture. So I'm adding 5 grams of that, and it's very easy to penetrate to the skin. And after I add it, I mix it with my soap base, and as you can see, it kind of blends in with the soap base. The second oil I'm adding is the jojoba oil. Jojoba oil is one of the best oils for skin because it's less greasy than other oils, it's more stable, and it's the closest to our natural skin oil. Great for all sort of skin types because it wouldn't clog pores and it wouldn't cause any acne, so it's mostly great for acne prone and sensitive skins because also it has antibacterial and antifungi properties. And the last oil I'm using is 5 grams of the sunflower oil. This sunflower oil I'm using is high in oleic and also high in vitamin E. It has a slower absorption rate comparing to the other 2 oils, but it's very soothing for dry skin and reduces redness. So I also add 5 grams of that, so it's going to be 5 grams of each oil, and then I'm going to blend it with the rest of my mixture. You mix everything until you get a uniform, nice blend. No traces of oil. Then you add your matcha powder. Again, as I said, this part is totally optional. but I added it. It's not gonna, so the matcha powder is not gonna fully dissolve. As you can see, there are some clumpy parts of matcha, but there's nothing you can do. And as time goes by, this mixture is gonna solidify, and as you can see, there are gonna be some soap deposits on the surface of the bowl. Now that my concoction has cooled down, it's the best time to add your essential oils, 5 drops of each. And if you want to add some more vitamin E, feel free to do that as well. It's very good for repairing your skin. And then again, mix the essential oils into your concoction. Blend it well. And I have 2 silicone molds here. This batch is enough for 2 molds. I fill up my first mold easily because it's still in liquid form. And I have no issue pouring it down. And as the name is, it's melt and pour soap base, right? But then can you see the clumps that's happening in my bowl? So at this point, I just thought that it's really hard for me to pour everything down. So I reheated my bowl, and now everything is nice and liquid again. So I poured the rest of that in my second mold, and you just let it sit there for 24 hours. I like to let it sit in a cool area for 24 hours. So these are our gorgeous all-natural DIY face wash bars. Leave in the comments below what kind of face wash you use. Do you like it to be more like gels? Do you usually go for soaps? Do you go for milky face washes? Personally, I use a combination of all of them. It just depends how my skin feels afterwards. Anyways, feel free to share your experiment with me if you've tried this, liked it, and let me know if you want me to make other DIY tutorials for any other sort of face washes. Don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Also, do a thumbs up on this video if you liked it. I also post the same content on my Instagram through my IGTV. If that's something that might interest you, feel free to follow my Instagram as well. And I'll see you sometime soon.